Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to start a new series. Essentially, what we'll be doing in this series is we'll be reading books together. Uh, and the goal again is that as I study along, I pass on information to you, and together, we take time and maybe take a deeper dive into some of the AI concepts. Not only AI concepts, it could be some other concepts related to data engineering. Uh, but the caveat here is we will not be going through the entire book because this that would be against the copyrights and we might get some strikes on our channel. But what we will try to do is we'll go through specific topics uh, from the books, and we'll try to understand. There would be different books, and as you can see, I have subscription to O'Reilly platform where you have a lot of books, lot of content, and I'm not being able to use it regularly because of procrastination, because of work. I don't get time, but I'm making this habit to go over the books, and the only reason I'll be able to do it if I promise something, and the promise is that I would be uploading content based on this. As I said, we would be starting a new series on this, which is called book reading series on AI. So let's get started. So today's let me just give you a little window of what I've been reading on O'Reilly before we get started into the book for this video. So you can see here I've been going through various books. Even though it says that I've covered 14%, 6%, or maybe 38% of these respective books, it's not like that. Usually, I try to browse through some of the chapters. If I have any questions in mind, I try to browse through that. And you can see here the full history. Let me just open this up. And once the full history comes up, which it has, I just want to suggest a couple of two important books uh, for you guys. I already had started reading one of the books, which is called AI Engineering. So this book is really important. Not important, I would say, maybe useful for you. You can see here that it has got 5-star ratings from 19 reviews, and it has been written by Chip Wan, and I have followed her on the X platform as well. So she has done quite a bit of research in writing this book, and you can see here the level is intermediate to advanced. So this gave me a good clarity on what the foundation models are and what is AI engineering. Uh, AI engineering is a new field which is starting to take popularity, and it will be there in the upcoming months, years as well. So this is one of the books, and then if you go to the home page, there was a suggestion for another book which we will be covering today, at least very short snippet of it, which is called LLM Engineers Handbook. So this book I have not started, and I thought that this would be a good platform to go through this book. So let me just open this, and we are looking at ways how we can use all the theoretical knowledge that we gain on AI and use it for practical purposes. You do some experimentation, do some demos around it. So we will look into that. The main overwhelming thing is that there are a lot of models and there are a lot of companies who provide platform to try out and test those models. In the last few videos, we have looked at some of the Google capabilities or the applications, especially Gemini, Google Colab. And then actually come from Azure background, so you have a lot of things coming into Azure Databricks, and not only Azure Databricks, you have a lot of things coming into Azure as such. You have Azure AI Foundry, so there are a lot of applications tools that are there for our disposal, and would be interesting to see which one fits better as we start or as we go on on our journey. So that would be interesting to know. And yeah, let's look into this book. Maybe let's first see the table of contents. So you can see here the table of contents. So you have preface, obviously, tooling and installation, data engineering, RAG, evaluating LLMs, inference optimization. So I actually have gone through AI engineering book, which is almost similar to this, and it has similar topics. So maybe let's get started with the first chapter. So let's go through this, understanding the LLM twin concept and architecture. So I'm not sure, how this video should go or would go. So I'll try to read the whatever written in the book as fast as I can, and I might skip some words. Then I'll try to, make you understand what I have gathered from it, and maybe we'll do some uh, analysis together. Maybe we'll do some, we'll try to do some research online if you are not aware of certain topics. And for that, we can use or we can open gemini.google.com. So since I am a paid member of this, I have started to use this more frequently. Um, you can see here, I mean, this is some of the research that I've done for my work related activities, and I'm finding it useful when you try to compare it with Perplexity. So the thing that I like about this is that they are giving examples whenever try to understand any topic which is a technical topic. So they try to find out an analogy from the real world, which is always useful. So with that said, let's start and dive into the first chapter, understanding the LLM twin concept and architecture. By the end of this book, you will be able to go through the journey of building an end-to-end LLM product. We firmly believe that the best way is to get anxiety. Using this example, we'll walk you through the ML cycle from data engineering to plan monitoring. From most of the concepts learned while can apply to your other LLM-based or ML applications. Starting to implement a new product from an engineer point of view, there are three planning steps we must go through before we will start building. Is it critical to understand the problem that we're trying to solve and what we want to build in our case? What exactly is an LLM twin and why this step is where we must stream and focus on the why. Secondly, to reflect a real world scenario, we will design the first iteration for minimal functionality. Here we must clearly define the core features required to create a working and valuable product. The choices are made based on the time and resources and team's knowledge. This is where we bridge the gap between dreaming and focusing on what is real. Go through system design. These three steps in nurturing build. So here they are, trying to lay a foundation on what they will be building. So unlike the previous AI engineering book that I read, there were some, topics, theoretical topics. So they were not, linked together in a way that the end goal would be to build a product. But here, they are trying to build an application which goes by the name of LLM Twin, and all the, topics that are essential from Gen AI or AI, or for that matter, ML perspective would be covered as part of building this applications, which is, I think, a right way to go about it. And for instance, if you have not, if you do not know these topics, you will get to know topics, the terminologies as you work in the project. So it's like working on the job. You maybe you are new to a field or domain, and then you are working, you got a job in that domain. So obviously some sort of discount would be provided to you because you would require some some hands-on or hand holding, I would say. You would require some time so that you can come up to speed. to deliver the things that are required from you. So, and as you do that, not only you get the theoretical knowledge about the concept, but you also get to know, and you get to adapt that. You get to use that in a real way. The other side to this is, if you're working into a project, and if you're learning on the fly, you might not be aware of the in-depth knowledge of the topics that you're going through. So this especially we have seen when developers straight away start using some of the functions which they don't know the exact definitions of it, or the pitfalls of using certain functions, certain strategies. So there are pros and cons in each approach, and that's why it is up to us to balance it out. So you should have a practical approach along with uh, the the uh, the thinking in mind that you need to get as much as deep knowledge of a particular subject as you can. So let's look into this. Understanding the LLM twin concept. The first is a clear vision of what we want to do virtually with the concept of LLM twin. It's new, thus having it is essential to understand that what we should expect from it, how it should work, having a solid intuition for your end goal. What is an LLM twin? In a few words, I'm doing a character your writing style, voice, and personality into an LLM. Okay, so LLM twin. Twin is like this is a personal assistant for you, or this is what was the clone for you, but in LLM sense. So what they're trying to say is that this AI character would be able to write on behalf of you, so that you can take out some of your time and you can save time. So what are you getting out of this tool is that you're getting productivity. You do not have to spend uh, time writing those things. And where you can use this LLM twin is you can use this maybe when you are writing into any website, whether you are blogging on some certain things. So there could be various aspects of it. But keep in mind, LLM is not limited to just the writing part of it. You have the voice capabilities as well. Incorporate your writing. We intentionally use the word projected, as with any other projection, you lose a lot of information along the way. Thus, LLM will not be you. It will copy the side of you reflected in the data it was trained on. This is good. It is essential to understand that LLM reflects the data it was trained on. If you feed it Shakespeare, it will start writing like him. If you train it on Billie Eilish, it will start writing songs in a style. So Billie Eilish is a famous, pop star. This is also known as style transfer. This concept is prevalent in generating images too. For example, let's say you want to create a cat image using Van Gogh style. We will leverage this, but instead of choosing a personality, we go to adjust LLM to give a style and voice along with finding. We will also leverage it advanced retrieval. So RAG is everywhere. I mean, RAG is especially present in those areas where you want to build some customized solutions with your own data. So that's why you have retrieval augmented generation. We'll explore the details in chapter 5. Here are some scenarios of it. So this is what I was talking about. So for example, if you want to write and reply on LinkedIn posts and X threads, then you can use this LLM twin. Messages you with your you can also use it to communicate with your friend and family members. You can also use to write academia papers and articles, code, all sort of things. All the preceding scenarios can be reduced to one core study, collecting the digital data and feeding into LLM using different algorithm. Ultimately, the LLM reflects the voice and style of the collected data. This raises an technical and moral. Firstly, on the technical side, how can we access this data? Do we have enough data? What kind of data? Secondly, the moral side, it's okay to do so in the first place. Do we want to create a copycat ourselves? Will it write our voice and personality or just replicate it? Not to bother with the what and how, but with why. Let's understand why. Yeah, I think they are raising a couple of important questions. For example, the first one is obviously the data. So when we would use LLM to train on some personal data, it could be my data. So the first question comes whether the LLM that was trained on, or whether not only trained on is a different concept. Whether I have data with me. For example, do I have some documents from some articles that I've written on the internet, or some documents offline which can be used to train this model, or which can be used alongside this model, so that it gives the customized and personalized output, and it can mimic me. And the second one is the second question that they're raising is mostly on the ethical grounds, is this AI character would become a copycat of me, and this might lead to confusions, or unethically it would not be correct, because in essence a machine is writing on my behalf. This might not be my views, but it is projected to have my views. So these are the questions that are there, that would be there in uh, AI and LLM technologies, because most of the work is being done by machine, but that's okay. We can proceed further. Remember that the role of the section is not to bother with the what and how, but with the why. Reason why it makes sense to have LLM Twin. Why building an LLM Twin matters. As an engineer, building a personal brand is more valuable than the biggest issue with creating personal brand is that writing content. It's a lot of, even if you enjoy writing and creating it, you will eventually run out of inspiration or time. You won't be able to. So this is interesting. So they are saying that this LLM twin, or not only that, we also inferred that when we are going to build an LLM twin, it is going to write on behalf of us in various platforms, such as social websites like LinkedIn, Instagram, X, or maybe it could be used to write in the blogs and Medium. But how would it do it? There would be someone to trigger that action, because if I'm sitting on a sofa, or even if I'm sleeping and I don't know what LinkedIn posts are coming on my page, and how I need to reply, because I don't be using that. So how can this LLM twin or this application post or write a blog? So there must be some sort of schedule that might be given to the LLM twin or this application to run on behalf of me, or there should be some nudge, right? So it could be a trigger or a schedule or something that has to happen, and that is going to be interesting as we read along. So I would not go beyond 20 minutes, because I think let's limit it to 20 minutes, but we will at least try to cover the first chapter, and then we'll move on to the other book. So that is how we are going to do this. So I hope this style of learning and studying is intuitive. I know I might have spoken quickly while reading the book, so but that is how I think I'm going to approach this. But if you have any feedback, feel free to put it in the comments box below, and we will meet you in the next video. Till then, take good care of yourself. Thank you, guys.